Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. Welcome to Getting Ready for ILGive Community. We're really excited to have you all. My name is Kathleen Murphy. I serve as the Director of Communications of Forefront. If you're not familiar with us, Forefront is the only statewide association in the U.S. that represents both grant makers and nonprofits, as well as their advisors and allies. Our mission is to build a vibrant social impact sector for all the people of Illinois, and we do this by providing education, advocacy, and research, and by mobilizing our members around campaigns like this one that advance our sector. Before we dive into today's content, I'd like to present a couple of housekeeping notes. Everyone's phone lines are muted to keep background noise to a minimum. We do welcome your questions, though. Please take a minute to locate the chat box. Mine is down in the lower left-hand corner of my screen. Please type any questions you have there, and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. We are recording this webinar, and we'll share a link with you afterward in case you'd like to review the presentation or share it with your board members or anyone you wish to share it to. We hope you enjoy today's webinar, and we hope you'll join us for more learning opportunities. You can see what's coming up on our website at myforefront.org. The agenda for today, we're going to talk about what is ILGive Community and why your organization should participate. We're going to be joined by Vanessa from GiveGab and Nicole from GiveGab, who are going to run us through a preview of the site, which went live this morning. We're really excited to share that with you. We're going to talk about steps to participate in ILGive Community. We'll do a quick guide of GiveGab's features. We may have a brief Q&A, but there are so many people in the webinar right now, we will see how we get to that. And then we're going to demo the site finally. So as I mentioned, Forefront is mobilizing Illinois nonprofits and foundations to increase individual giving across the state with Illinois' first spring giving campaign. Forefront's mission is to lead this movement, and we want to create an environment that allows nonprofits to do their best work. Part of this strategy includes increasing investment to the sector. Individual giving accounts for 71% of all contributions to nonprofits, so we want to tap that market even more. Enter Giving Days. ILGive Community will begin at 6 p.m. on May 30th, and it's going to run through 6 p.m. on May 31st. Nonprofit orgs and foundations across all regions of Illinois will come together to embrace new tools and strategies that generate excitement and a heightened sense of shared philanthropy. Our goal with ILGive Community is to unite communities across Illinois into a larger movement. At a time when nonprofits are competing to gain attention and ultimately support of individual donors, Giving Days offer a really powerful tool to drive community philanthropy. Giving Days are about community and collaboration, not competition. Everyone participates and celebrates each other's wins, and donors like seeing organizations that work together for the greater good. ILGive Community is going to allow us to leverage the marketing power of the whole Illinois nonprofit sector. We have a marketing plan like we had for ILGive for Giving Tuesday. We're going to have billboards, newspaper ads, we're going to have radio spots all across Illinois to introduce new donors to your cause. ILGive Community is going to help you raise awareness and grow a network of supporters outside of your usual circle. And our previous campaigns have had an average of 25% new donors. It's a really powerful way to leverage that market. Again, some more advantages of participating are to raise awareness and money for your organization, attract new donors as well as volunteers. And it's also going to let you build your capacity to raise funds online year-round. We're going to teach you the best practices in digital fundraising, in peer-to-peer crowdfunding, and more. You're going to get access to some of the top-of-the-line technology tools, and we're really excited to show you what GiveGab has built for us. Several local community foundations are involved this year. We're really excited to have them as local champions for ILGive Community. Community foundations are going to help spread the word within their networks and help get their grantees to sign up. They're going to help us communicate ILGive Community to their community at large also and help keep the momentum momentum going regionally. Community foundations are going to share the ILGive Community Nonprofit Toolkit. They're going to help share press releases and help us get the word out about the campaign. Some might offer local challenges and offer prizes. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Vanessa at GiveGab, who's going to walk us through the 5 simple steps to participate in ILGive.
Hey guys, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, wonderful. I apologize for that. Looks like Ready Talk threw us a little bit of a curveball this morning. So we'll back up a little bit and kind of start from the beginning of the registration process. Okay, thanks Vanessa. So to register your organization, you're just going to want to go to the ILGive community website if you're not already on GiveGab. If you are already on GiveGab, you already have a page for your organization, then you're just going to want to go to your admin dashboard, and there should be a participate prompt that you can click to start the profile customization process. But if not, then just go to the, as I said, the ILGive community website and click the Register Now button. From there, you can either search for your organization by name or EIN, and you may find that your organization is on GiveGab, in which case, again, you can click that Participate button right from the site and, again, start the process. If not, you can add your organization by clicking that button. From there, you just want to fill in a little bit of information about your organization. This can be changed at any time. So, if you don't have a logo at this time, or if you want to change the address, you absolutely can. But we just need to have a little bit of information about your organization. And then you're going to want to set a login for yourself. So your first name, last name, email, and a password so that you can go back into GiveGab and customize your profile at any time. And from there, just click Save. There is one added step in here that is not quite captured. We added in a short little survey, so you'll be asked for what community do you identify your organization with, and it'll have the list of the participating communities all across Illinois, and then also your operating budget. So there'll be a set of different ranges to select from, and that's just to give us a little bit of data about who's participating in ILGive community for the future.
Awesome, thanks Vanessa. So once you fill in all that information and you click Save, you're going to be taken to your preparation checklist. So this will tell you all of the steps that you need to complete in order to participate in ILGive community. And once you have completed them, then you're going to get these check marks right here so that you know that you've done each step and you're ready to go for the day. So the first tab is Add Your Organization's Info. So you're going to want to add a tagline. That's the first thing. So that's 76 characters that you can provide a little snapshot of your organization and the work that you do. So, people are going to be viewing profiles and maybe, new supporters, people that are just kind of checking out the work that your organization does. And this is a great way for them to just kind of scan and, get, again, a little snapshot of what you're doing. So no need to fill in your full mission, just kind of a quick little snappy section of your work. Next, you can add your website, so people can navigate to your website to learn more if they're interested in knowing more of the work that your organization does. You want to add your logo, and then up to three causes that your organization fits into. So this is to help with the search process. On the ILGive community website, people will be able to search by cause, location, and name. So again, they'll be able to discover organizations that they've never seen before that are maybe in the animal category. They really love animals and they want to find and discover organizations that way. It will also come into play with our Give and Give Again feature, which Vanessa will cover a little bit later. And this is what it'll look like on your page. So once you fill in that information, your tagline will go right below your name. So again, that's kind of the first thing that people see. So making it kind of snappy and catchy is a good thing. Your logo will be right up front. And then your causes will be right below your tagline, right on your profile. From there is the Add Your Story tab. So in this tab, you'll be able to add your cover photo. That was in the last slide, that big photo at the top. You can also choose to set a goal or not. If you have a monetary goal for ILGive Community, feel free to put it on there, and you can absolutely change it at any time if you find that, maybe you set the bar a little higher, a little low, you can change that. But again, that is optional. If you don't have a monetary goal, you don't have to add that. And then you're going to want to tell your story. So this is kind of the meat of your profile, the really important part where you're telling a compelling story about what your organization does and how donors will have an impact. So there are a lot of really great formatting tools in here. So you can have headers, you can add photos, tables to really have a visually pleasing story so that people want to look at it, want to read it, and you can break it up to make it, again, so that it's kind of more digestible, having those photos throughout, maybe having some paragraph lines to break it up. And then if you want to add a video, you absolutely can. That'll kind of be at the top of your story right below the cover photo. And that has to be hosted on Vimeo or YouTube. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your video.
And this is a topic that we'll dive into deeply during our marketing and storytelling webinar. So if you're having a little trouble figuring out how to do it or what kind of story to tell, be sure to sign up for that webinar coming up.
Yeah, awesome point. Thanks, Vanessa. And this is what it'll look like on your page. So again, you have that great story here, the first thing that people will be seeing, and on the side there we'll have your fundraisers and your donors. When you're first setting things up, it might kind of look a little to the left side, but I promise it'll be very balanced and look great when you have those donors and fundraisers set there. The next tab is super important. This should be one of the first tabs that you work on, just to make sure, again, that you're really ready for the day and ready to collect donations. So to set up direct deposits to your bank account, you'll have to fill out this information. This information is also so that we can verify that you are a nonprofit and that you are able to collect donations through GiveGap. So this is a process that does take typically 2 to 3 days. So don't get worried if you're not verified right away. And again, this is a super important part of the process, so definitely should be filled out pretty immediately.
And one other additional check that we are doing is we will be verifying that your organization is registered with the Illinois Attorney General Office, and that is something our customer success team will be doing. So if you're not registered with Attorney General's office, please get registered. And if we do see that there's something amiss, then we will be reaching out and reconciling that with you.
Thanks, Vanessa. And this is what it'll look like when you're verified. So you'll have that green check mark again, so you know that you're all set to collect donations for ILGive Community. The next section is about highlighting your impact. So you're able to add donation levels to your profile that will show donors dollar for dollar how they can make an impact on your organization. So say that $10 will buy a bag of bones for your dogs at a shelter. Show that on your profile. People feel more of a connection when they know exactly how much or how their dollar will be used towards your organization, and often that will increase the dollar amount, because if they know that $25 will pay for 10 bags of bones, why not spend that $15 more to make an even greater impact? So in this section, you will be able to add a dollar amount, as specific and creative as you want. You can get into dollars and cents here. And then a short description of how that dollar amount will impact your organization, and then adding a photo. So we typically recommend around 3 to 4 donation levels, and once you add those levels, there will also be a choose your own amount button that will be populated automatically, so no need to add that in on your own, so that those who maybe don't have the capacity to give at the levels that you've provided, or have the capacity to give even more and want to, they can choose their own amount. And those levels will also be translated into your donation form as well.
And don't be afraid to get creative with these. If it really costs $12.95 to buy a bag of bones, write that. People like to feel like they're buying something because they kind of are. They're donating money to support you in some way. So if you can convey what that tangible item is, then it'd be inspiring for them to give. And maybe it costs $12.94 to give one bag of bones, but maybe it's only $20 for 2 bags of bones because now you're buying in bulk. I'm going to be inspired to donate $20 instead of just $12 because now my dollar is going a lot further for your organization. So get creative and think about different ways that you can manifest those donations in those donation levels.
Awesome, great point. Thanks, Vanessa. And one more thing in this section is collecting addresses and phone numbers. So that's not something that we do automatically because we do find that it slows down the process a little bit. You will have access to donor name and email information. That's going to all be in your donation report. But if you do need to collect that additional mailing addresses and phone number information, then all you have to do is click the check that box. And this is what it'll look like when you fill that all out. So again, having those descriptions and the dollar amount and having those great photos there will provide people with a visual of the impact that they can have on your organization. And this is how it will appear on your page. Again, it'll be right at the top so that people will see, exactly how they can make an impact, first thing. And again, that choose your own amount button will be populated automatically, so they will be able to choose an amount if they want to give more or can't give at the levels that you have provided. So that's how it's going to look on your page. This next step is also super important, really to steward those donors, especially the new donors that you find through ILGive Community. This is a great way to make that relationship with them. So an immediate thank you message will be sent to your donors as soon as they make their gift, and this will be the message that is included in there. So, if you craft really a heartfelt message to make those donors feel really special, they will feel, immediately like they made an impact and that you are super thankful for their gift. You can also include a video or a photo, and there will also be a tax-deductible receipt right in that email, and that comes right from your organization. It's not going to come from GiveGab. The name isn't going to be ILGive Community. It's going to come right from your organization. So again, it's an immediate stewardship feature that we provide for you, so a super important step to complete. And again, you can add that photo in there or a video, and the video needs to be a YouTube or Vimeo link. And this is what that thank you will look like. So it'll address a donor specifically. It'll have that photo or video right below their name and right below that thank you, and then your thank you message will be right below that. So they'll be immediately thanked for their gift. And the last step is about recruiting fundraisers. So this is something that we're going to dive into a lot more in depth in one of our upcoming webinars about peer-to-peer fundraising. But we'll just kind of go over a few of the features right now. So to add your fundraisers, if you have people who volunteer for your organization, maybe your board, people that just support you and want to get involved in some way, they can create a page of their own. And this page will incorporate the branding and the story that you've incorporated into your profile. And they can also tell their own story. So they'll be able to customize their page with their own photo, maybe of them volunteering, maybe of them, being impacted by your organization. And then they can tell why that they're fundraising on your behalf. So again, it will really feel like they have a connection to your organization, and they have their own links that they can share with their network. To do that, to add those fundraisers, you're just going to want to click that Add Fundraisers button. You can add names and emails, and you can add one at a time or multiple. Craft a message to them, inviting them to fundraise on your behalf, and then their page will be created automatically. And you can also message all of your fundraisers right from here. So if you need to motivate them, if you want to let them know that there's a challenge coming up, that functionality is built right into your ILGive community dashboard right here.
This is something that here at GiveGab, and we definitely share this with the Forefront team, we feel very strongly about. We've done some analysis on our Giving Day data for the last couple of years, and it is conclusive that if you do use peer-to-peer fundraising, that your organization will raise more money. And the numbers have shown that on average you'll raise roughly $1,600 more than those organizations who don't. So it's not only a monetary or donation advantage, but it's also a way to engage your supporters and continue to steward that relationship. So peer-to-peer fundraising is a great thing to incorporate into your overall Giving Day strategy, and we would encourage you to think about how you can do that and attend our webinar coming up on peer-to-peer fundraising.
Awesome. Great point. Thanks, Vanessa. So again, when you click that Add Fundraisers button, you're just going to want to add the first and last name of your fundraiser and then their email. And if you want to add multiple fundraisers at a time, just click that Add New Fundraiser green button there. And if not, just click Next. Compose a quick message. So this message will appear at the top of their invitation email. And below in that email, it will include a link to their fundraising page and a link to their fundraising toolkit. So they get a toolkit all of their own that will help them to reach out and ask people for money, to customize their profile, to thank their donors, so they remember to steward their own donors. And so that's all going to be included in that email. And they'll also have login information, so they know how to get into GiveGab and customize their account. And then once you do that, your fundraisers will appear right in that tab. So, you can message them individually by clicking that little envelope link next to their name, or you can message them all at once. And then one other thing to note in this, say you just want to recruit your board as fundraisers and you really don't want people to be able to sign up on their own. If you want to do that, you can just unclick this Allow New Fundraisers to Sign Up box if you just want to narrow it to a certain group. Otherwise, this box is clicked by default, so anyone will be able to fundraise on your behalf if they would like to. And this is what that toolkit looks like that I was talking about. So they'll have the ability to tell their own story, to talk about why they're so connected to your organization, to make a seed donation, to reach out to their contacts. We have some integration with lots of email clients, including Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, so they can just click their contacts that they already have and send a message right through GiveGab, and to thank their own donors.
And on the right side here, here's that link that Nicole mentioned earlier. They do get that link that directs donors directly to their Giving Day or their peer-to-peer fundraising profiles, just as you do with your profiles for the Giving Day.
Absolutely. And this is how that fundraising page will look. So, have a little picture of themselves, their name, and then they'll be able to tell their story and include a photo. In this example, Bridget decided to add a photo of her dog, and that's a really great way to engage with her network. So that's and again, it kind of brings in some of the branding. You can see those donation levels from this organization's page. So it brings in that branding of your organization, so your story will be in there as well, so they can learn more about your organization from the fundraising pages. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Vanessa.
Great, thank you. So there is a bunch of steps, so we don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed with the sign-up process. What are the key things to prepare for ILGive community? So first is to sign up for more of our upcoming webinars. I am going to do a live demo in a few minutes, and I can show you where you can find all of that information. Second is secure your sponsors and matching funds. So this is a great way to draw excitement and attention to your profile by having sponsors and matching funds. It really does make the donors feel like their dollar is going a lot further. So if you can secure those, that's a great resource. Start thinking about your peer-to-peer fundraisers. We can't stress this enough, but I'm sure you'll hear us talk about this over and over again in the upcoming weeks. But it really does not only help boost your totals for the day, but boost the support and networking of those peer-to-peer fundraisers on your behalf. And then start thinking about your giving day goals. So the most obvious goal is to raise a certain dollar amount, but you don't have to just stop there, or that doesn't have to be what your goal is for the day. It could be to recruit more volunteers. It could be get more likes on Facebook or expand your social media reach. It could be a number of different things. So think about what your overall strategy is and how you can leverage ILGive community to further those goals. Also start promoting. It's never too late or never too early to begin promoting the day. So start developing your ILGive community communications plan. There are great resources in our nonprofit toolkit that we'll look at in a few minutes, but it really does outline different suggestions that your organization can leverage for as far as 1, 2, 3 months out from your giving day. So don't feel like you have to do every single one of those. Pick and choose what's good for your organization or what you can absorb, and make that your strategy. Also use your ILGive community graphics for promotion. So we have put a bunch of different graphics on the ILGive community website, such as save the dates, rack cards, different logos that you could put on your social media profiles. All of those things will help spread the word. And then utilize your supporters of big voices. So check out your donor database, how you're segmenting your donors, and see who you can leverage to help promote the day and promote that your organization is participating. And also check out the nonprofit toolkit. There's so many resources in there to help you out in your preparation. So definitely use that. It's your best friend throughout ILGive community and beyond. All right, so who is GiveGab, other than the voice on the other line? So we are a nonprofit platform, and we work with nonprofits and community foundations to not only put on these giving days, but we also do a number of other things such as donor CRM systems and online fundraising, volunteer management, and we work with these organizations to build out technology to support you to make your life easier. So 5 key things about us that I'll quickly review. We do have simple and transparent pricing. We don't like to misguide anybody, so we do make it very simple and straightforward, and we'll get to that in a minute. We are mobile responsive, so we do find that about 65% of donations are made on mobile devices, so either tablets or cell phones. So we do take pride in that all of our technology is mobile responsive. We also make repeat giving easy on ILGive community, so that's a feature that we've implemented just recently that has shown to be very successful in the giving days that we've recently conducted. We're also safe, secure, and reliable. We do partner with a number of different technology platforms that are very reliable, and we do provide a number of contingency plans to back those up in the event something were to go down. And then we're also available year-round at no additional cost up front. We'll dive into that in a second. Okay, so simple pricing. So for ILGive community, it is a 5% platform fee, but that platform fee is capped at $20. So we do that so that we don't deter any large donations on ILGive community and at all times of the year. And then we also do charge a 2.2% plus 30 cent for major credit cards, and then it's 5% plus 30 cents for American Express. And these are just the credit card fees that are associated with the payment processing, and unfortunately we can't get around them. We continue to fight to get those lower for you, and we have gotten them down from previous giving days. So unfortunately we do have to have those in there. But we do have the feature where donors are given the option to cover these costs for the donation. So they have to opt into that that option, but we do find that between 65 and 80% of donors, depending on the giving day or the event, opt into covering them. So that will lower your effective rate for the day. Again, we're very mobile responsive. As you change your device or your screen gets bigger or smaller, the site will respond to that appropriately, so you don't get any odd images or lost menu items or broken images that would create frustration for the donation experience. So again, this is something that we do pride ourselves on, and we do make it very scalable for all of your donors depending on what device they are using. New for ILGive Community is our Give and Give Again feature. So earlier in the presentation, Nicole discussed adding those clauses to your profile. So once the donation is made, it's completed, the donor will get a prompt that will ask if they want to donate to any more organizations that are in alignment with the cause that they just supported. So you can see that there's 3 of them that show up here. Those organizations are shown completely at random, but they do have the option to view more organizations. So it's kind of hard to see, but in the slide, but you can see that there is a view more organizations. So they can click on that and view other organizations that fall underneath that cause. And then once they select that organization, we do store their credit card information for about 15 minutes. So they don't have to re-enter their credit card information. So it makes it very easy for them to give again. After about 15 minutes or when the browser is closed, we do purge all of that credit card information, making the website that much more secure for your donors. Security and reliability. So we do partner with Stripe, who is a PCI Level 1 payment processor, which is the highest rating that you can get. They have thousands of customers, and some of the customers that they have are Facebook, Twitter, Amazon. There's these big names that you never see go down and that do have very streamlined payment processing. This is who we chose to go with, and they've been phenomenal in the years that we've partnered with them. Also, all organizations are verified nonprofits. So as Nicole stated earlier, getting that bank account information and organization info in is going to be imperative because we do verify that you are a IRS eligible nonprofit, and that we do verify you on GuideStar. One step beyond that, there is a manual check that you are registered with the Illinois Attorney General that our team will be doing in the upcoming weeks. We also have fail-safe redundancy plans for ILGive Community. So those are plans that we have for all of our giving days in case our servers go down. We do have 3 additional servers that back it up that will automatically switch over so that the donors, that you as the nonprofits, will have no idea it even happened. And we have 3 of those in place, and the 4th one is a completely different set of technology. So in case it was something to do with one of our technology partners, that we have another set of technology to support that. So we've never had to use it before, and we've done lots of giving days. So we're very confident in our technology. We also do a lot of load testing. So as we work with Kathleen and the Forefront team and maintaining the website, we will ask that we do not change the website about 3 weeks prior to the giving day, and that's so that we can do load testing on the platform. So we simulate donation levels and activity levels on the website that far exceed what we would ever expect on ILGive Community, so that we know that the load that will come on the day, we can handle it. So we also have cloud services. So again, in the event something goes down, we can seamlessly go to another server and have a backup that way. We are completely transparent with nonprofits and donors in case something were to happen. And that is a plan that we will share with the Forefront team, but we will reach out to you as the nonprofits first and foremost to let you know what's going on. and then how to proceed as far as notifying the donors. We will never just reach out to the nonprofits or reach out to the donors without informing the forefront team first and making sure that everybody is in the loop. And those plans are already in place. We've already rehearsed them. We're all familiar with them, so you don't have to worry about it if it were to happen. So year-round features, so GiveGab goes way beyond just the Giving Day platform. We offer a number of different features that you do have access to. So we also have a donor CRM. So this is how you can manage supporters and donor data while improving engagement through built-in app messaging and social media. Also, we do a lot of online fundraising. This is kind of our niche. So we do collect donations and run crowdfunding campaigns, and we'll also do peer-to-peer fundraising and team fundraising with this feature as well. And then we also do volunteer management. So we do have a full suite of features which allow your organization to track volunteer hours, post your volunteer opportunities for people to see and opt into, and also recruit more supporters. So those are just a few of the things that the platform does. We also do automatic nightly transfers. So once your bank account information is cleared and we've connected it with Stripe, you will get donations within 24 to 36 hours, so you get those funds very quickly. And then we have a fast responding customer support service. So as we go into the demo, I'll show you the little chat bubble, but we do support the website from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we do have a very quick response rate. If it's on the weekend, we do have people checking periodically, but really we will respond definitely by the next business day. And I'm sure if you click on that little bubble, you will see Nicole's beautiful face there, because she is a ninja at those tickets. All right, so what are your next steps? So sign up for ILGive Community. The quicker you sign up, you'll get enrolled into an email series with tips and tricks and heads up on different dates. Like and follow ILGive on Twitter and Facebook. So Kathleen and her team will be maintaining those pages and drawing in excitement for the day, so you'll want to be a part of that. Again, watch for your inbox for important emails, and sign up for the upcoming webinars. I'll show you where those are in a second, but on the 11th we have the peer-to-peer fundraising webinar, which will dive in a little bit more into how to recruit your peer-to-peer fundraisers and how to maintain those pages. And on April 17th, we'll have the Storytelling and Marketing webinar, which is a very robust webinar. That's a really great one as far as coming up with your story and determining what your marketing strategy could be for the day. And then May 8th, as we approach ILGive Community on the 30th, this will be the webinar that's last chance, or we'll go over 10 tips and tricks to make sure you're prepared for the day, and what are some of those last minute things that you can do to be all the more effective on the day of. And also check out the Nonprofit Toolkit. Again, this is going to be your best friend throughout the upcoming weeks. So check that out. It'll make your life easier as we go on. All right, so I am going to share my screen. And ReadyTalk has a slight lag to it, so there is some time between pages. I do apologize. It's just the connection between the application and it presenting. So here's the home page. So
hey,
as you go down, yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you for a minute. We have a question on the line that we want to address before you go any further.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. This is Dahlia Coleman, VP of Policy and Strategy at Forefront. So Vanessa and GiveGab, they've been our strategic partners for our Giving Day campaigns for the past year or so. And one question that we had was about, well, this seems like a really big sales pitch for GiveGab. Why is that so? And so I just want to take a quick short minute to address that issue. When we started getting into started doing this initiative around Giving Tuesday and encouraging more donors to give to nonprofits, we wanted to provide an experience that we were confident in knowing that it was safe, stable, secure, and especially trustworthy for donors. We didn't want to have an experience where people thought that either we were making money off of it or that something was happening to donations that people couldn't see, or that the technology wasn't stable, and therefore, if a nonprofit was going to be involved, something would happen on the day of giving, and then the entire campaign would fall apart. So we felt that it was really important on the front end to take the opportunity, especially for folks who are new to Giving Days and new to Giving Days with Forefront, to get to know our platform a little bit more so that you can feel really confident in the stability of the tool, in the stability of the portal and the platform, and that we're taking as much care as we possibly can for the donor experience as well as for the nonprofit experience. So I just wanted to take a quick moment to address that issue, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to send them to me and Kat here at Forefront, and we'll be sure to address all of your concerns. Thanks so much. Thanks, Vanessa.
Thanks, Dahlia. Yeah, and just to build off of that, we do watch the other partners that are out there who do the Giving Days, and we learn from those experiences as well. So we're always trying to stay at the forefront of the technology for nonprofits, and we really partner with the Forefront team to really drive new features, because at the end of the day, we're here to support you and make your life easier. And this is why Nicole and I come to work every day, and this is what we get excited about. All right, so we're going to go through the registration process really quickly. So you can go down here, you see register now, so you can click on here. So as we get more organizations registered, they'll populate down here. We had a few sneak in there early. We're going to search for our organization. So again, if you participated in ILGive on Giving Tuesday, your profile will be in here. You can search for it and then click on participate, or as Nicole stated earlier, you can just log into your GiveGab account and you'll be prompted with the opportunity of ILGive, and then so you just click participate and you can go through the same steps. So I'm going to put in Logan's Pups, and looks like they are not registered. So I'm going to click Add My Organization. So here's the page that will be presented. So you're going to enter in your information. Over here you can add your logo. You don't have to add it at this time, but you do have the option to. So just click Save. And then here's this short registration survey that I mentioned earlier. So you'll select which city you're associating your organization with, as well as the range that your operating budget falls within. So I'm just going to pick these two and click Register. So it's that simple. So here we land on our ILGive community dashboard, and then here are those steps to get set up. So adding your organization's information. So here's your tagline, website and logo, and all those causes that we urged you to fill in. Adding your story, the bank account information. So this one's very important. Again, please fill this in first so we can get that verified. And then if there are any issues, then our customer success team can work with you to troubleshoot those and get them resolved. So all this should look very familiar as we went through it. A few things I just want to call out. Here is your Giving Day profile link. So as you're sharing on social media or through email, use this link to direct traffic directly to your page. So as donors go to ILGive Community, they can search for your organization, but by providing this particular link to your directly to your profile, it will make the donation process that much quicker for them because it takes out that search component. And then you can also view your page. So by clicking on this, you can see how your page looks. So you can go through here and make changes to your tagline or your story or donation levels, and then click the view your page to see how that looks. So testing is a major part of preparing for the day, so make sure you understand how your profile looks to your donors. And then under more actions over here, when you register, you're probably going to want to add additional administrators to the account so that you have some help on your Giving Day profile. So you just want to click on Add an Administrator. You put their first and last name and email address, and this will send them an email letting them know that they've been added as an administrator, and it'll give them a link directly to the profile. Over here is adding offline donations. So as we hit the day, I'm sure you'll get some offline donations. Although we do encourage you to do online fundraising, but for those who give you cash or a check, you can enter those right here by entering their donor's name or amount. If you have an event, if you do a cash can at a local restaurant, you don't have to put a donor's name. You can put the event's name here to signify that this dollar amount came from that as well. Sponsor matching. So if you are lucky enough to get a sponsor match, this is where you can enter that in. And then manage donations. So here you can see the donations on the day of and see key information such as time and name. And if you go over to donations over here under fundraising, you'll get a more detailed view and report of all of the donations that you've received. All right, so I'm going to go back to the main website and just highlight some of the cool features that we have for the day. So here's the webinar series. So this is where you can click on the registration links to get signed up. We do recommend that you just go ahead and get signed up for all of them and mark them on your calendars. If you do have a conflict with these times, don't worry, we will be recording all of the sessions and posting the slides, so you can go back to those later on. Here's your new best friend forever, your nonprofit toolkit. So again, here's some key dates. So the final date to register will be May 10th. We do recommend that you get signed up well in advance, though, just to make sure that all your profile is set up and all your bank account information clears well ahead of time. And then we do turn the site to donor facing on May 5th. So that will be when donors can come see and search around and start looking at your profile. So we want them to be nice and tidy and robust by May 5th. So training, by clicking on this, you can go right to that training site to sign up for all those webinars. Also, helpful support articles to guide you through any questions that you may have. Prepare and plan. So these are awesome resources that we've built up as we've worked with all of our partners in our previous giving days. Some big ones that are very helpful, the communication timeline. So we break this up into small, medium, and large nonprofits. And again, this is just a suggestion. You don't necessarily have to do every single step on each of these major milestones, but use it as inspiration and pick and choose how each one of these tasks align with your strategy. Okay, so going back to the nonprofit toolkit, we also have a new peer-to-peer fundraiser toolkit. So this is some more education around peer-to-peer fundraising if you want to start getting familiar with that prior to our April 11th webinar. So you can go through and see who you can identify, how does it work. And you can also direct your peer-to-peer fundraisers to a special peer-to-peer fundraising toolkit that's designed just for them. So here they can find some education on what it means to be a fundraising champion, some great support articles, and some also communication guides. So much like those email templates or social media templates that we provide you, we've done the same thing for your peer-to-peer fundraisers. So it makes the process a little less intimidating. So we would encourage you to check those out, familiarize yourself with those as well, so you can help guide them throughout their preparation efforts. Also, here's a bunch of Giving Day blogs. So Again, tons of resources here, so feel free to check out our GiveGab blog articles. And then promoting. So here we have a bunch of email marketing templates that you can just copy and paste and replace a few key words in there, and then just go ahead and fire it off. Again, making it super easy for your organization to broadcast that you are participating. Also, social media tips. I myself, I am not huge into social media, and this is something that I would definitely leverage. There's all kinds of tips and tricks, and also, again, templates that you can leverage as you share out to your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram followers. Lastly, here's ILGive Community Graphics. So this is a really cool feature, and this, again, makes your life that much easier when you're promoting the day. So you can just download these images and share them out on all your different mediums. So save the days, I will give, I gave. So you can printables, so you can print them out and post them places. This one's a fun one, the thank you cards. So even just printing these out ahead of time and taking pictures, maybe with your staff members, maybe with the people who are going to directly benefit from the donations that are received on the day of, can hold these up. And it's a great way to show gratitude and, again, reinforce that the donations are going towards what the donor intended it to be or what your story told. And then lastly, the communities page. So as people get registered, we will be maintaining these pages, but every community will have their own page with the sponsoring community foundation at the top. So we're excited to get these filled in, get rid of these forefront logos, and here we'll have your profile image as the image, and then we will link it directly to your organization's profile. So on the day of when donors go to ILGive.com, and they come to these community pages, they'll be able to just directly click on your organization and be directed to your profile where they can give. So it is 11 o'clock. I've highlighted everything that they're very helpful, but again, please take some time to dive into the entire website. There's tons of resources in here for you. And then if you have any questions, please leverage this little chat bubble at the bottom right corner of your page. It'll follow you around on ILGive.com and your GiveGab profile. You can see our lovely CS reps here. Here's Nicole, who will help you out within minutes. They are very, very quick and very helpful. So we would encourage you to ask questions not only of a technical nature, but of strategy as well. We love helping out with profiles. We love helping you pick your story, or maybe it's resizing images or picking an image. Ask us anything. We're here to support you, and we're excited for you to be successful on ILGive Community on May 30th. Kathleen, I'll pass it over to you.
Thanks so much. I'd like to second that mention of the little blue icon at the bottom of ILGive.com. That's a really, really great way to contact us and get answers almost immediately. Their GiveGab team is amazing. Other ways that you can get in touch with us is to email myself or Delia. You can reach us at kmurphy@myforefront.org, and I'm happy to answer any further questions. This presentation has been recorded, and I will email it all out to you later this afternoon. I hope you all have a great rest of the afternoon and a great weekend. Thanks everyone.